why don't you take us away with the first few seconds of this intense matchup?
All right, Jehar, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we got Milton with the yellow armor spawn. And of course, there's the Mega for Valla. And does he have the red? No, he doesn't. He's getting picked off of that glitch that everybody gets a mistake on. And the first frag goes to Milton. He's gonna give up the red, but he can escape and control there and get the control back. Sure. That's a really good start for Milton here.
Yeah, and actually that was almost a really bad start for him. Coming right into the red armor room from the lower side, he just ate a rocket right off the bat, but it did not slow him down. He managed to push in, and you could see that he was really determined just to keep Nitram off of the red armor. And even though he got it, Milton was able to push back in, and even with a very low amount of health, he was able to come in, swoop in for the second pickup there. Now we're 45 seconds in. Things going a little bit slower here than we usually see, but I think these guys are just going to be warming up, feeling each other out, and seeing how this goes. I think there's a lot of tension here between the two players. I think Milton is not going to be giving Nitram any slack here. He's not going to be, you know, giving him less credit than he deserves, I think it would be right to say. But Milton now on top of red armor spawn, where he's going to be wanting to make sure he gets control of that as the pickup comes around. Controlling yellow armor as well, and that could be actually robbing him out of position here as he comes through the teleporter. He's going to be facing Nitram down there with a whole lot of damage coming around. But red armor's up, Milton is throwing out rockets. Nitram is going to try to muscle in for it, but that was a bad idea. Milton just swoops in and picks up frag number 2.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised that they haven't picked up Mega, or maybe I missed it. You mentioned that was a bad start. I disagree. At no point he was in danger. He was going to give at least a few pop shots, and they went his way. So he screwed up Valla's timing from the first red, and that's why he's in control of the red for the next couple ones here. And there's the Mega for Milton. So 4-0 for Milton. He's got all the armors locked down. He's got plenty of ammo, and he's holding Valla's face here. Oh, but Valla with the nice shot way. Mega and red is all over there. It's back to the control board for Milton. He's controlling the top. And that's the one, perhaps, the vertical advantage that just gives you such a drop on your opponents, literally. So Valla has the red there, and Milton's waiting for the Mega.
Absolutely, but so far here's the difference I'm seeing. Even when Milton is not in control, he's not really putting himself in a position where he's going to be, you know, easily exploited by Nitram or Valla's shots here. He's definitely just maintaining a safe distance away from Nitram, only going for those attacks when he's sure that he can make it. And now that has given him control of red armor once again. Mega is his as well. So now Milton can go on the hunt here a little bit. Nitram is going to be ducking back up to the rocket launcher. Milton, again, not sticking around for a fight that he's absolutely not sure that he's going to be taken out. So he's really just avoiding a lot of these high damage scenarios and just going in for the initial damage.
Yeah, well, when you got red and Mega, you know that you're probably going to win the fight. Even though possibly that Valla has better LG. As we've seen, Milton's able just to sense when he's getting locked on and just back away.
Exactly,
Get killed at the last moment.
Yeah, I think we've seen
again, we
Milton
see here the control from Milton.
Yeah, and I think we've seen Valla only be able to drop that beat on Milton with his LG maybe once or twice. So you can see that Milton is really being mindful of not letting those situations occur. So even if it means giving up one armor spawn or something along those lines, he's definitely maintaining in control and keeping what he has right now, which is a 6 frag lead, just about 3 minutes 45 seconds in here. Taking a quick look at Valla, he's got yellow armor, not a whole lot of health though. He's kind of sticking out here in mid, trying to get some damage done on Milton. But again, he's just taking more damage out, and with Milton doing these kind of hit and run tactics, well, Nitram's getting hit a whole lot.
Yeah, the cool part is as you watch Milton play that, he doesn't care about the kill. It's like I always say,
oh yeah,
if you have control, those will come to you. So he's just running around picking up these armors, controlling the all the cells even, and the Mega will come up soon, so there he's dropping down for that. And he's in full control of the map. So he's got the frags, he doesn't have to kill anymore. The recall will come to him. I'm sorry, the Valla.
Oh, and actually Milton just going straight up, and Nitram actually does get a whole lot of LG damage off. Milton got all of his armor burned off. Now he's only got the health that his mama gave him, and Nitram now has, for the moment, a bit of an advantage here. But as you can see, Milton's still not really giving up any position. He says, okay, if I try to stick around for this red armor spawn, I am probably gonna die. So he gives it up. Nitram trying to go aggressive as Milton heads down the LG corridor, gets a bit of damage off, but he does get himself on the board. But now is going to turn into more control for him.
There. Although he didn't control the armor here, or maybe he's coming back for it there. That was important. Valla just didn't get in his face enough, and Milton able to steal that red basically. And that's the difference. Milton's always in position. Valla was just a second too late there, and now he's paying because look at this. Mega and the red armor control Milton. He's going to come back around. He's not going to go frontal into those pineapples. He's going to come back around after the vertical position, just like that. Map lock.
And right now Valla is trying to change things up and try to slow down Milton by really making the yellow armor side of the map his, and just depending on that so he can have enough stack to maybe make an attack. But I think Milton, we're starting to see him put some pressure on. I think Milton, after that one frag, said, okay, this is the trend that I'm seeing start to take shape here. I'm going to let out enough aggression to make sure that Nitram cannot pull that same shit twice.
Yeah, and the LG is really making Nitram's game here. But I gotta say, I probably mentioned that Milton did win that Duel Mania 3. That was in 2003 versus Exam. And Exam had 50% LG. Not 40, not 30, but 50% in 2003, and Milton still won. So the LG is no news to Milton.
Yeah, and again, like we said, it always just comes down to the positions that Milton is placing himself in, or rather the positions that he's putting himself in. He's definitely keeping a mindful eye on cover, really focusing on the rocket launcher to get a lot of those corner shots in. Nitram does do a rocket jump up for red armor, but Milton is there to punish. If he was a second later there, which we've seen Nitram do before, then Nitram would have gotten away with that scot-free. But ooh, that was actually not even a frag, that was a suicide, I believe.
Yeah, Milton is in his element. He's picking up these pawn frags, 16 health, plus plenty of health packs lying around. And he knows this. He knows when he's in danger, he knows when he's not. And right now, he has been in danger for a while. He's controlling the Mega. He can take all these little, you know, hit and run from Valla because Valla's not controlling the level, and Milton is.
And we're still seeing Valla trying to make the yellow armor his home, and Milton is again just throwing out enough rockets from both above and below to make sure that he's not going to be getting that really freely. Milton does only have green armor here, and Nitram is able to steal away red armor, but again, Milton, he's not phased by it. He's not thinking, oh shit, I just lost control, because in all reality, he hasn't. He keeps his mind on positioning, and that is going to be netting him a frag, and after this one, the next red armor will be no problem whatsoever for him. And look at this, he's actually checking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just about to say, you know, he's checking all of his entrances here, making sure that Nitram, if he tries to go in for a steal, that he's just going to get a face full of rockets.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, almost plays like it's airwalk. It's like red or yellow, doesn't matter. As long as I have that, that's what I see him doing, and 7-0, it seems to be working. See there, Valla got the red, and Milton's been feeding off the yellow and red here, but Mega is his.
And you saw that for just a moment, Milton was actually in a disadvantageous position, but I don't think Valla was confident enough to know, you know, how to apply that position and how to turn it into damage. Nitram does get back on the board, but now he's low on health and he can be spawned off. He does get another frag off the spawn, but with only 10 health here, I'm thinking Milton's going to be turning this back around pretty soon. He is going to be able to get some pennies for his dollar, but it's not going to be lasting too long. Unless he can
he's almost running out of
control
here because he's got a minute to go. What happened there was Milton tried to test the one-on-one LG there and failed, but it was a close battle. LG has improved, but yeah, he couldn't take that one. Anyways, 11-3, 1 minute, that's a turn.
But I think one of the most important things to point out for Milton here is that he knows his own weakness. He knows what Nitram is good at, and he knows what he himself is probably not as good at here. So that is one thing that definitely needs to be taken into account. For the moment, Nitram does have control here, but with only 35 seconds left on the clock, he's not going to be picking this one up. He might be getting a few more here, but I think Milton, he's nonplussed about the way that this is going to go.
No, Milton's fine. He knows he's got this map in his pocket. He's even slow spawning, which is not necessary. Well, you know, you never know. 30 seconds. If you spawn quickly, it's possible in this map. Just because there's that cluster of spawns near the red armor. So here you see Milton slow spawning. It's going to be 11-6, closer than actually it was a shutout until the last minute, in my humble opinion.
Oh yeah, but there is map 1, Milton on Nitram. It's going to be 11-7. And do we have word on what the next map is going to be?
And it looks like it's going to be my favorite, DM6, and they've readied up. So here's the second of the best of 3. So I'm going to take it off here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And go, and Milton gets the red armor spawn. It's the Mega, of course. Now Milton's on top immediately at the GL. He opens the LG door. Now he's waiting for the Valla from the top corridor, because he knows Valla wants the LG. So where is he going to come from? Nope, Vala's not going for it. And Milton has the LG without a fight. This is weird. He's in control of the red. He's got the LG. And then there's the red armor spawn.
I think what we're seeing here is a little bit of what we were seeing somewhat in Blood Run, where there were positions where Milton was not exactly in a place of strength, and if Nitram knew about it, he could definitely just kind of whip him out on that. Milton controlling LG here, this is going to be very, very, very difficult for Valla to come back from. Because Milton, even when he's in the down position, he plays it very carefully, he's very quiet, he's very sneaky, he doesn't really telegraph his movements or his positions, so he doesn't really give Nitram that much indication that he's weak right there, and then he just swoops in like a bat out of hell, takes that control, and now we're looking at Milton with 2 frags up, and again, Valla with no LG. This is going to be hard for him.
This is a different map, totally different than any other map, especially TM3. Milton's been here and controlled the whole map, only because he gave up the LG and Valla had the Mega, but the first Mega doesn't really matter if you had. And Milton just demonstrated that. Sure, he took it off a little bit, he got the drop at that cell corridor and out LG'd Valla and backed away. He didn't kill him. Because he knew what he did. He got the MG to go away, the Mega Health to go away. Now he knew where it was going to spawn. So he and just at the last second, before the Mega Health was going to spawn, he, as you said, swooped in and picked it up, getting a kill on the way. And that's just DM6 by the book.
And by the book, it looks like Milton is going to be fairly, like you said last match, he's not really hunting for frags. He knows that control of red armor on that side of the map is everything on this, so he's going to be very, very selective on when he leaves that position of dominance.
Yeah. One thing about this map is after you get, I mean, you choose when you have to kill. That's the weird part. You don't always want to kill the opponent. Because the opponent, especially if he's good, like Valla, he could spawn at the red armor, and sure, you got your 2-0 lead, but all of a sudden you're on the defensive because you don't have the red armor control. So the red armor is important. That's paramount to keep in these high-level games. Now what Valla is doing is really his only chance to come back is he's trying to get a fat Mega and avoid direct confrontation until that time. As you can see, Milton's got the Mega, so Valla's getting his face. I don't know if that's a smart idea. He just saved himself barely there, but Milton does. Ooh. Red armor spawned for Valla, but not at the best time as he's going to get. And now Milton's got the red armor, and in a couple of seconds the Mega Hell is going to spawn, and that's where he's going.
And look at this, Milton is only leaving the red armor spawn when he knows the timing on it, and he knows that he has enough time to get back there before Nitram can really set up camp there. And again, but Nitram actually does get a steal in. Milton was a little slow on there, and that was a little uncharacteristically aggressive from Milton, but he was able to pull it back together, and now he's got control again. Nitram trying to dive in for an LG, just in that fit of aggression there, but 8-0, Nitram has still not managed to wrest one away from Milton.
Yeah, that last red armor with Mega Health Sync was maybe a B+ for Milton, but he recovered. he got a balance on Valla, which is always infuriating. You're like, I finally got the red. Oh, I got LG to death. So Valla's back to the scoring board because he's got an Omega. I don't even think he has LG. Oh no, he's got LG. Fine. He's trying to be silent on the level, but it's just working out for him. Now, the Megas run out. Now we're going to have the next 20 seconds to see how well Milton times his next Mega, and if it's going to give Valla a chance or not.
Now Nitram, he's trying to get out the spam shots, but in all reality, all that's doing is telling Milton exactly where he is. He does get himself a red armor, but Milton is still the strong point on this. Coming through the teleporter, Nitram's going to be eating a lot of initial LG. I think Milton knew exactly what Nitram had going on in his head there. So Nitram, he might be starting from square zero here. He might be able to grab green and move in for red. LG at least will be his, and that is actually a big victory for him. Now he's got all the pieces in the right place. Now it's going to come down to the execution, and so far on DM6, the execution has been a little sloppy from Nitram.
Well, what happened there was basically Milton said, okay, you're going to have your free red armor, and you're going to be all happy about it, and you're going to get in my face. And he reached up the red armor. He had 120 of his own because he knew the Mega was going to spawn. And what happened was Valla got in his face, was almost about to kill him, but the Mega spawned just in time and saved Milton. That's the power of timing the Mega. And then he came back and got the red back. That's just, I mean, Milton was never in danger there, in my humble opinion.
Right, well, yeah, just like you said, Nitram, he got the red armor, and he was, you know, quite pleased to have some quote-unquote control. But just like in the last map, just like what we saw in Blood Run, Milton just said, okay, fine, you can have it. I'm going to back off. You're going to come to me, and that's the way that this is going to be played. So Nitram, he's going to be able to get another grab here, but the difference is, how is he going to use this to get control of the map? He's got 8 frags to go in less than just over 4 minutes.
Well, I gotta tell you that frag was really well earned by Valla. That was actually his first map frag because Milton was coming in. He basically went all in with that LG engine. Valla won. So now Valla sees not picking up the red. He's waiting just a little bit to give himself less room for error between synchronizing the next Mega and the next red. So the next Mega is going to be in about 5 seconds. He's going to pick that up and then have enough time to go back to the red. There you see Milton's not even trying to get it. And Valla, yep, there's the Mega. Now he's got about 10 seconds to get back in red and not give it up to Milton. That's really good defensive posture by Milton. I think it's going to be his red. But there's the red, and Valla's going to back away. So
Milton was really doing the right thing there by, you know, knowing that he was a little early for red. He knew that Nitram was going to be just moving in from that side, and Nitram was setting up to just go all balls out to the red armor, but Milton just put the kibosh on that with that one rocket. So we're still looking at 9 on 2. Nitram hasn't given anything up, and now he's got red armor again, but Milton, he's still able, you know, even when he's on top of the map, even when he's in control, very, very defensive in style. And now where he actually needs to be defensive, look at this, Nitram, he's I don't want to say it, but he's wandering.
No. What he's doing is, okay, he just had the Mega, and it just ran out. So he has a bit of a time. There's Milton, finally found them. And that time, Mega spawned, and now he's going to get the red, and Milton's not engaging. He's going to have that 7 frag cushion. So what Valla is doing is he's hunting Milton down. In those 20 seconds he had, he knows that all the items are his. So that's one of these 20 seconds right now. And Milton's just using the teleporters, running circles around them, while Valla has 1 rocket left. So now he has to really see what he's trying to do. He's trying to fake down a drop sound, but it's not even. He really has to get into Milton's face, and there it is. He says what he wanted. Just perfect shot there. Now red armor's his. 8 seconds on a Mega. So now he's I don't know. I think he's just running out of time. He thinks, and now he's letting go back. What happened is, as soon as he picked up the red, he lost the Mega. So now they're both going to spawn simultaneously, and he won't be able to synchronize them. And it didn't really work for him. He didn't get a frag going. So I don't know.
Here's the thing I'm seeing, though, and maybe why I used why I was tempted to use the word wandering, is the fact that Nitram, Valla is not really initiating a lot of these fights. A lot of these fights are just kind of coming to him, and he happens to come out on top.
Yeah, that's just because Milton is such a ninja here. It's so hard down.
Right. And so even when Nitram is in control, he's not exactly sure where Milton is going to be and how he can put the pressure on. So he's scoping out the map, looking for where Milton's going to be hiding out, and he's just wanting to maintain control. But unless he can, start to turn up the juice and put the pressure on Milton and know where he is at all times, I mean that's the whole issue.
He got frustrated. And just as he was, he mega and red armor for a bit, but he wasn't getting any frags. So he got frustrated and he rocket jumped trying to get into Milton's face, and it didn't work out. And what happened as a side effect was that the mega and red was going to spawn simultaneously, and Milton got the mega and then just ninja his way to red armor and picked that up. And that bought him enough time to now make it, 30 seconds left with 11-3. It's going to be most likely a 2. And there's the GG from Milton. Let's see if Valla reciprocates. It's going to be Smiley. Ooh, nice little kill there. And the second one. Valla's getting within 6 frags. See if Milton can just save a couple and they're going to trade frags. But really, yeah, this is all in the books. But it's going to be a more respectable score. Yeah.
So Nitram will be moving down into LB. Milton, yeah, very well played. And again, the main thing there was, even when Valla was in control, he did not know how to be decisively aggressive when he needed to be. And that's nothing against him. It's just more, to Milton's credit that he's able to just back out of his opponent's kind of field of mental view and just get out of there and still maintain mentally in control even when he isn't physically in control.